Slippy. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Hello, I'm Clarice Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. So as always, I'm going to go get some cards out for the collector. Go deep into those messages, teachings, hopefully. What did they tell us something new? I like the days that they tell us something new about twin flames or something, or abundance, or whatever they want to tell us. They haven't told me anything new about abundance for a while. They might have told you something new, but twin flames, yeah. And I also give mini reads as well. So if you're on the live, if you're not on the live, come along live sometime. But if you are on the live, then click on that pinned comment that I've got up top there in the live chat, and it'll tell you how to do it, how to get a mini read from your higher self. So it's by donation, super chat, super sticker. There's also a PayPal link in that comment. And just donate anything you want. And then when you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment. And then I can find it easy in amongst all the comments. Got 2 cards out today. Hey Timothy, hey Tanya, hey Tracy. How is everyone today? You all good? Sharing your wisdom. Ooh. I like the energy update for today. Kind of standing your ground, speaking up, not letting something lie, making sure that you ask someone about something. Hey Connie. Sharing your wisdom now in this. Interesting. Also communication. Oh, grace as well. I like that. Grace. Grace is abundance, is the flow of all good. Great stuff happening. It's just when everything works out, you know, and you feel so lucky and you feel blessed by the universe, and I do like that. Morning, Melissa. Morning, Bonnie. It's a nab. How is everyone today? You all good? Let's get some more cards out for the collective. The comments are going off screen for some reason. They're not scrolling. That's going to be a pain if that carries on. Okay, more cards for the collective. What have we got here? The Observer. It came out fast. Cards coming out fast today. I've got availability on my private reads again on BeHealing.com, just to let, if anyone's waiting for those. Because I've sold out 2 days in a row now. And so I put some more up yesterday evening for me before my bedtime. Bedtime's, Mum. I've got the Observer here. Let's read about the Observer. What's the Observer about? Patience. Oh, don't we just love it when a patience card comes out? Patience, awareness, and focus. A woman is looking through an old-fashioned camera, ready to take a photograph. She observes the landscape before her. All share our wisdom. Got to speak out today, I feel. Be the observer, though. So, yeah, in the energy of Tuesday, the 9th of March, we've got a reunion kind of an energy going on, and a having to confront stuff that happened before, or yeah, getting the truth out of somebody, not letting it lie, not just letting it pass by. Otherwise, we can get in another cycle again that we've been in before with someone. If it's a reunion, it means there's been a separation, right? So it is a speaking up day. Hi, Christine. Hey, Bonnie. Said Bonnie already. Hi, Gabe. It's freezing, isn't it? I've got my reading with Missy in 2 days. That's exciting. Looking forward to that. Straight after Psychic Cafe, we're doing it. Just reminded me then because of Wi-Fi, because I might take it down to the 5G in the office there, in the reception. Do it there. Sorry, it's freezing. It's Wi-Fi. I can't do anything about it. Live on a small island. My coffee maker is on its way. That's exciting. So the cafe is getting a coffee upgrade. Hi, Maria. Okay. Let's get a goddess out for everybody. Oh, so yesterday I did the recording of all the daily energy updates for this next week and the weekly as well. Very interesting time that we've got coming up next week. Doing spinners. Vast, we've got pleasure. Oh, nice. First two cards, Maria. Sharing your wisdom and grace. Nice cards. Vast, pleasure. Nice. Pleasure. Do a little bit more of that. We hope she doesn't get shut down. Why would she get shut down? Vast. I watched her the other day and she was going off at the start about someone had complained and they deleted her live or something, kicked her off there. Wow, I'd be furious by that. Like, watchers shouldn't be able to control what the presenter is doing. What the hell? That's crazy. I would be crazy about that too. Vast pleasure. You may be in need of some serious self-care. Are you? I'm doing it anyway, self-care, but maybe you're in need of some. And the goddess Vast is with you. As the ruler of sex, magic, and pleasure, she helps you see and reignite all of those aspects in your life. Time to indulge. Maybe we are getting rid of some cobwebs after all. After the weekends, getting rid of the cobwebs out of the house. It's time to indulge. I like the sound of that. Best. Let's sit her up in the tree. Today I'm recording a pick a card read. I don't know which one I'm doing yet. Maybe one of Alana's suggestions. I don't know. Missy got shut down. Yeah, I saw that. Freaky. Yeah, we're not doing it on Instagram. It's private read. Yeah, that was crazy, right? I would be furious about that. I mean, that's just wrong, isn't it? Letting complainers and whingers and trolls and stuff control your life? What the hell? That's just so wrong. So wrong. No, we should have control over our channels. I'm not saying we should be able to do anything on it. Yeah, Instagram should have some control, yeah. But for someone to be able to complain and then shut you down, it's crazy. Hi, April. This is just that one time. Yeah, I haven't been watching it much lately. I've not been watching much of anything lately. I was doing more hair care research last night. And the new iPad mini's coming out. You love my pick a card reads. Awesome. I love doing them too. She's a bit of a drama queen now. Hi. She will manifest stuff like that more than I would because she's got that element of drama about her in her personality, I think. Unique. Unique. Meet Helix. It was always a little different from the other kitties. At first, didn't we get this one yesterday? At first he felt lonely, or maybe it was in one of the thanks Tracy for your donation. Maybe it was in one of the 8 videos that I did yesterday. It was always a little different from the other kitties. At first he felt lonely and alienated. He even considered trying to blend in to be accepted by the other cats, but this could never give him the joy that being embraced as his true self would. So he took a risk and met people's gazes as himself. He saw that his uniqueness was his beauty, his spark. He alone could twinkle the way only he can. Miraculously, many kitties around him threw off their normal disguises and began to sparkle in their own way too. The world became dazzlingly diverse. So embrace the freak within and remember, outsiders are in. Just once on Instagram, yeah. It's crazy. So let our freak flag fly. It's really important too, right? But it can be scary too. Can be. She started with the dirty deck. I don't understand how the dirty deck can be seen as nudity. It's drawings. That's not nudity, it's drawings. How can drawings be nudity? That's like, oh yeah, I could draw something on. I don't get how that can be nudity. You know what I mean? It's a drawing. But yeah, maybe she shouldn't start with a dirty deck. I know with YouTube here, it's important that they don't mind me swearing a little bit. And I tell them that I swear a little bit. But they don't want me to do it in the first, what is it, 10 minutes or something like that? The first, I don't think it's even 10 minutes, it's the opening bit. There is something about the opening bit because it's like a spoiler alert kind of thing, that kind of an energy. They don't want the risque stuff at the start to confront people that might just chance upon it. But with a live, someone can chance upon it at any time, right? Yeah, exactly. Why do people watch if they don't like it? Why do people comment on stuff that they're not interested in? Call someone out on that on my Facebook page yesterday, the day before. It's so stupid. Why do people do that? They're not interested in it, they don't like it, so they comment on it. Well, why? What the hell are you doing on my page? If you don't like it, just go where you like it. Yeah, people really have to stop doing that and stop thinking that they've got the right to do that as well. It's almost like I've got a human right. I think it's the Americans, they think they've got a right to everything. Um, and, you know, that culture has come from America, a right to anything. It's like, yeah, but people shouldn't have you've got a right to be a dickhead, but really should you use that right? You know what I mean? Things on social media are getting tighter. Good. Prudish headedness. Isn't that weird? Yeah. I agree, Callie. It's weird, eh? It's technically art. There has to be a warning at the beginning, does there? Yeah, I know there is something about that of videos. I realise that too, because when I declare each video, I have to declare the nudity, the swearing in it. I always put the same thing whether I swear or not. I'm not going to like look at every video or like make a note of it if I have, but you know, it's like mentions of kissing or romance. Well, romance is in my read, so I always declare that, and I declare the swearing whether I do or not. It's just and I have to do it every video. I wish we could just have default settings because it's always going to be the same for me. But there is something about when I do declare it. There is something about the first portion of that video. Just it was just that one. Just the one show. People that are offended by everything. I know. They're unhealed. I think American laws are ridiculous when it comes to adult content. Let's get some homework out. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? Because the energy update today is all about this. It's about speaking up and getting the truth out of somebody and being strong about that and not backing down, not letting things lie. To create more healthy boundaries, I'll get to you, Tracy, I haven't forgotten about you. To get more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings and believe we're worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. We need to step it up, right? We need to step it up and stand up for ourselves in relationships and not be scared that we're going to wreck it or going to get called a nag or something like that. It's hell no. I'm empowered. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. Today's soul action. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you're an empath, you can still be compassionate toward others without taking on their stuff. It's safe to trust that you're not here to fix anyone. Today's mantra is, I have everything I need within me now, so do they. I'm worthy of my needs and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. Great advice. Hey, Chris. Hi, Julieta. Which one is it, Maria? Which deeper dive is it? Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, which specific one is it? The number as well. I mean, it could be like how they feel about you. 6 in brackets. Just let me know which one it is and I can sort that out straight away. Maybe not for you, but I can send you the one. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationship? So as always, I'm going to put this on social media so we can do this homework together. On my Facebook page, Be Healing. In our special group, Psychic Cafe, No Muggles Allowed. Come and join that if you're not in it already. And also on my Instagram, Claire Louise Hi. This is an interesting one. So we can share our ideas on social media about that. About our boundaries, about standing up. Gabe never understood the Second Amendment and how it's law. Don't know what it is. What's for dinner, Chris? Okay, Tracy. Thanks for your donation, Tracy. Via PayPal. Where are you, Tracy? Wow, it was a long time ago. Oh, I don't see any Q's. See, this is why I asked you to put a Q in it. Otherwise it takes me ages to find it. And then the show gets boring because I'm just sat here looking through comments. Where are you? I literally can't find it. Was it? Okay. Put the comment in again, put a Q at the start of it. Sorry, Tracy. That just took me ages to get around to it. The right to bear arms. Ooh, pasta primavera. Yummy. Right to violence. Okay. Pasta. I instantly put weight on if I eat pasta, like literally. High self-guidance. Thanks, Tracy. High self-guidance for Tracy. Interesting. Choose to have a good time and put yourself first is what I'm getting from this. Choose to change. Choose to put yourself first. A good time first. A good time for yourself. If something isn't fun or feels good, and it sounds really frivolous to say that, but maybe you've been too serious. And you know how that card said about, what did it say? I have everything I need within me now, so do they. I'm worthy of my needs. And I set boundaries based on what's best for me. It's that, but it's taking it to the next level. It's about your fun. Why is it about your fun? Because when you feel light, when you feel like you're having a good time, you're in alignment. And so it's not frivolous. It's showing you that you're in alignment. And it might seem really frivolous to say, no, I'm not going to do that because it's not fun. But what you're really saying is, I'm not going to do that because it's not in alignment with me. Have a good time, choose to change. Putting yourself first. So this is about taking your boundaries to the whole new level. And I think that's what's for everybody today, is our boundaries, taking it to a new level. Detaching from jealousy, yeah, it's people's reactions to it. It stops us from wanting to do it because we want to manage their reactions, especially for empaths. We're used to doing that, trying to manage other people's reactions and their emotions. And we can't really do that, so you've got to detach from that. You might not be recognizing it as jealousy, but when someone's empowered and they're doing their own thing and they're standing up for themselves, sure, it can come out as jealousy kind of reaction. I'm going to cook this evening. So yeah, care less about other people's reactions to it. Don't try and manage their emotional state because people are going to react, you know. Oh, wow, I'd hardly do anything on this YouTube channel if I cared about how people are going to react to it. But generally, I get good people to me. Very rare that I get a troll, but they do exist and I do have to deal with them. The kind of trolls I get are more creeps, guy creeps all the time. Oh my god. Have a good time, choose to change. You're welcome. Yeah, we have guns here too. I don't have one. Gabe, thank you. Ah, the Queen of Cups has come out in our fields. Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck there. It's nice to have her handy. The Queen of Swords, the empowered one. But the Queen of Cups is in a fields. Anyway, I'll talk about that soon. Let's do Gabe first. Higher self message for Gabe. What's going on with Gabe at the moment? A mystery. You're an enigma, Gabe. You're appreciated for that, though. The mystery. It's a wild card. You're a wild card. People never know what you're going to do next. Maybe you never know what you're going to do next as well, because you follow the mystery path. People often ask me, oh, what are your plans? Where are you going next? I don't know. I'm going to follow my guidance like I always do. Well, you're going to carry on doing your business? Presume so. I have no idea. I follow my guidance in the moment. Sometimes I hear about what I'm going to do. Sometimes I get an idea about what I'm going to do so I can get in alignment with it beforehand. But it's usually last minute stuff for me. So I'm picking up the same as you. You're like kind of fly by the seat of your pants kind of person. You appreciate it. It's the love on your next move. Look, love on there. Sorry. You're in their next move. Let me find that. Just do a bit of admin while we're on. Deep dives. Next move. It was the crystal one that you wanted. Is that right? Crystals, yeah. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Let's fix it in the item first. If I fix it in the item, you might be able to get it. Wrong page. You're in their next move. Interesting. Well, maybe other people want crystals. It's interesting that no one else has told me about that. Okay, crystals. Let's get rid of that. Let's re-upload it. Come on. Because I'll get you to try it again once I've let you know that it's there. Otherwise, I'll just send it to you manually, Maria. Oh, that's probably going to mess it up for everybody. Yeah, click on it again, Maria, and let me know if you can download it now. On the fly. You're mysterious. So yeah, you're going with the flow game. It's good. Yeah, the planner isn't you. It's not me either. So you are appreciated for that. I mean, your high self, you guys, you know, we are appreciated for being like this, but muggles just don't understand it, right? So it's better for you to be around people like that. It's hard explaining yourself to people that are planners and stuff like that. They just don't get it at all. But it's how the magic happens. So be around mirror reflections. This has expansion. So great things will happen if you're around people, but you don't have to explain yourself to all the time. Make your life a muggle-free zone as much as you can. Hi, Sherry. So, good things will happen when you're more picky about that. Why did you pay twice for it, Mary? Yeah, just try it again now and tell me if it doesn't. Tell me if it works or if it doesn't work, and I'll send it manually to you. You should plan to do things when it involves a trip. Yeah, me too. That's about it. And I don't like doing that too far in advance because who knows what I might want to do. I know. Someone might get in touch with me saying, "Do you want to do this on the way?" And then I'll be like, "Now I have to change my ticket because I will want to do that, you know." And then the muggles say, "Oh, you should have booked that early." No, you don't understand. My life is magical. But it can be stressful when you live like that, right? It can be. Let's talk about the Queen of Cups soon. Thanks, Melissa. Have you got a question for your reading, Melissa? Muggles are everywhere, literally. They like to come to you and then explain life stories. Ah, yeah, I used to have that. That's why I hide now. They still do it. They send me emails or direct messages. Not the muggles. It's not the muggles now that do that, but Queen of Cups here. Let's read about the Queen of Cups from this book. She's psychic, she's loving, she's compassionate, she's honest, and she's healing. Yeah. Hey, Sabrina. The evolution and growth of loving relationships with others. A time to listen to your inner voice and psychic abilities. Being able to heal oneself or others. All right, and you can't heal others. You can help them to heal. It may be that you will need to offer counsel, wisdom, or advice. Oh, sharing our wisdom. Yes. Who are in need, to those who are in need. The manifestation of loving energy. People, the Queen of Cups is an expressive, nurturing individual who is deeply attuned to the emotional needs of others. They're honest and gentle and will always communicate from their higher self and innate psychic abilities. This person is warm, kind-hearted, and empathizes with all. The Queen of Cups may also come off as quiet and shy, but is highly intelligent and strong in their convictions. They might have some kind of difficulty in expressing feelings or emotions, though. Tendency for escapism and detachment from others. You see, there's a need to speak our mind today and not back down and not be like that and not want to just keep the peace, even though we're making it unpeaceful inside of ourselves, right? I'm not going to do that. An involuntary need to take on other people's energies, whether positive or negative. An emotional empathy may also pick up energetic attachments from negative or dark situations, and often does, right? There's the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is learning how to be in her positive, empathic side. Melissa, did you do the right thing? And where do you go from here? Let's do the yes or no for that. Did you do the right thing? Melissa, did you do the right thing? Yes, you did. You did the right thing. Let's find out more about it then. Where'd you go from here? Hi, Leslie. Right, now to seek the truth. Yeah, it's kind of aligned with the energies today. Now to seek the truth. And so you need to ask, you need to face that situation and ask for the truth now. That's what the energy update was all about. It's about, well, and it was a reunion, but that could be anyone. It doesn't have to be a romantic reunion, someone coming back. It could be anyone. It could be a family member getting in touch with your friend, getting in touch or whatever. But this energy is like face a situation and ask for the truth and push them for that. Yeah, that's your next step, is to do that. And I'm strongly getting this is the truth out of someone else as well. They might not have been lying, but they might have been admitting the truth. But yeah, go seek that truth there and don't back down from it. Face the situation. It's saying, yeah, you might normally avoid confrontation, but don't avoid confrontation this time. Oh, chickens outside on a rock. Where'd you go from here, Melissa? Then one at a time, soften and open. One step at a time, soften and open. Yeah. And so it's kind of okay to be closed at first, to confront situations. You need to make it okay to be confrontational. It is okay to be confrontational. You're allowed to stand up for yourself. You're allowed to push for the truth. You don't have to be open and soft and a doormat. You don't have to be nice and kind. That's such crap, right? The spiritual world. It's like, say about being nice. If you can't be nice, don't say anything. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. Empower yourself. Still not working, Maria. Okay, I'll send it to you. Maria. Thanks for letting me know that. Crystal. Yeah, I just presume that these downloads work until somebody tells me so. It's good that you told me. Hi, Karen. Hey, Elena. Maria, thank you for your donation. You paid one. Huh? I don't understand, Maria. Paid twice because you thought it was because I only paid for one, but I realized that it wasn't. You're saying that there's a duplicate. Anyway, I'll sort this out later. There you go. It's just been sent to you. It just went whoosh. Okay, let's get back to the show. Maria, if you've got a question, just let me know. For your mini, let's get some more tarot out. So we are kind of fine-tuning, but it seems like the Queen of Cups is telling us to fine-tune our empathic kind of natures and where it might work against us today. Yeah. Allow ourselves to be more confrontational. Stop taking on other people's or trying to manage other people's emotions so much. Being ourselves, being our unique selves. We can't do that if we are trying to manage other people. So this kitty is being its unique self, right? Realizes that's the best way to be. Creating strong boundaries within relationships. Being the observer. So people don't like your boundaries. A lot of people like boundaries, like your boundaries. I mean, as long as someone is like comfortable in themselves, they don't mind people having boundaries at all. It's very clear. It's very nice to be around a person who's clear in their boundaries like that when they just say no. It's not nice to be around someone that says yes when it's really a no and then has resentment for it afterward. It's not nice to be around someone like that. But then there are those people that will react to it, especially people that have enjoyed the lack of boundaries. You, Christine, Go to the mirror, you'll find that person. That person that you're looking for. I just dropped all the cards. If you go to the mirror and look in the mirror, Christine, you'll find that someone that can help you get the monsters out of your life completely. It has to be you. It has to be you. It can't be anybody else. You've got to do it. And you've got to be able to do it again when you recognize them again. It's about you learning empowerment. I've said it over and over again, Christine, to you. And once you get it, wow, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with, for sure. Can't wait to see it. Okay. I've got them all. Let's get this card out and then I'll do yours. Maria, thanks for your donation again. Queen of Wands. Interesting. 2 queens. And the Queen of Swords was on the bottom of the deck there in that other one, which doesn't surprise me now because of that, empowered kind of stance. Well, maybe we should get her out. Let's not leave her in the box. Let's get her out there. Queen of Swords, the empowered one. Maria, should I get in contact? Let's ask these. I would say no, but let's see what the crystals say. They agree with me. It's a no. Psychic, Don't get in contact. Let's find out why. Oh, because you're trying to manage them. Okay. Because you're feeling guilty, right? Don't feel guilty. Don't try and manage it. You don't need to. You don't need to offer a lot of energy to people. You know that whole guidance that we've kept on getting. Sometimes it's not your move, it's their move. They've got to offer some energy, some reciprocation. So release guilt about that. Let them offer something. And like, if they're not going to, well, they're not going to. They're not a reciprocal person, so don't bother with them anymore. It's not about fighting them, Christine. It's about standing up for yourself. It's about being empowered. Right. I might have told you that story. Let's finish. I'll tell you soon. The story of me empowering myself and how I didn't even need to fight them anymore on it. But Maria, yeah, guidance and lovers. Okay, yeah. The way it's this energy of wanting to do too much for them, and maybe you're worried that they're not going to. But so what if they're not going to? It shows you that they're not the person for you. Sift through them faster by stopping offering so much. Maybe committing too fast, and you might think, oh, I'm not committing at all. But if you're thinking about should I message them or not and stuff like that, that's a commitment in itself. You're shouldering the emotional responsibility for it. Don't do it. So this guidance and lovers, this is saying, so I presume that it's a potential that you're talking about contacting. No, don't do it. Follow the guidance. And yes, there will be less, and that's a good thing. It'll be the right people eventually, but you have to sift through all the rest first. Okay, yeah, Christine. So when I had an abusive family. They still are. They never change. And I used to try and manage them, and I used to try and fight them, and all of this kind of stuff. I tried to heal it more than anything. I tried to teach them. I was getting all kinds of things, and it never changed. I just kept on getting abused. And even though I'd moved to the other side of the planet, literally. And it was only when I had that counselor, and she took me through role playing and to take control, how to take control of these situations. And she said, like, tell me all of the situations you would be in with your family, all possible. How might you bump into them, or how might they message you or whatever. What might that interactions be about? And we'll role play it so that you know what to do to take control of it, so that you're the one in the power and you're the one that's controlling the interaction. energetically of that situation with your words, you know. And so we did all of that. And then, because I was going back to the UK, right? And I wasn't going to I had to go and get the kids. So I wasn't going to like offer myself up to them. But I did bump into one of them, and their reaction, they shrunk. I didn't even say a word. It was just my energy, the change in my energy, because I was prepared to speak up and not back down and be empowered. Not to fight them. I wasn't prepared to fight them. I was prepared to stand in my power and not take any of it anymore with my words from an empowered space, like a teacher kind of thing, like a proper teacher, not someone trying to heal them or trying to talk them around or trying to make them better. No, like a strict teacher, like a principal dealing with a situation like that. I was ready to do that. They just pretty much shrunk and ran away from me. So the way that you're trying to fight is not empowered. It's crazy to think the twin flame is actually within, uniting the feminine and masculine energies within. Then it attracts others. Yeah, totally. It's all about alignment, right? So then we've got the Queen of Wands out. 3 queens. Queen of Pentacles isn't out yet. Where's the Wands? The Queen of Wands. I love this queen. She's courageous, she's assertive, she's optimistic, she's vivacious, and she's confident. Yes, she is. When the Queen of Wands comes up in a reading, it can indicate you or someone you may know. She's a passionate person who has a maturity about her that she's gained through her experiences. There's an energy in the air, and you're very optimistic to be part of it. You will accomplish many tasks and keep a lot of running ideas in your head to ponder about. This card will indicate taking charge, organizing your life, and can even represent an occult type of woman. It's as if she has so much going on right now that she seems chaotic and forgetful at times. She's representing Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries under the fire element. She's fiery and passionate. Now, but she can also be unfriendly, low confidence, temperamental, and overbearing and exhausted. When the Queen of Wands comes up in reverse, it can indicate you or someone you might know. She seems temperamental and pessimistic about her life right now. With all the tasks she's taken on, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and exhausted. On the other hand, she's very supportive, so much so that she's too supportive, sticking her nose where it doesn't belong and getting into gossip. She may seem overbearing with details and advice. Oh God, it reminds me of someone I know. Remember to notice when you are interfering in someone's life and business. You're not being helpful to them, you're in fact hindering them. Yes, that's the dark side of codependency. Never seen that about the Queen of Wands before. But she's, yeah, oh God. And it makes me cringe that I used to be like that, interfering and stuff. That's what I was doing with the abusers too. Trying to heal them, trying to fix them. They hadn't asked me for help. Sure, they were in my family, but that doesn't mean that I'm responsible for them. To help them. It's responsible to myself. So, yes, codependency and that helper syndrome, it's interfering. It's horrible. Once you get out of it, you realize. Oh. Okay, let's get some more tarot out. Being balanced and being aligned, knowing ourselves, and I thought maybe that I would do the pick a card read on the divine masculine and the divine feminine. What's going on with them at the moment, this time? I've got a feeling to do that. The Knight of Pentacles takes things slowly. He's strolling with his pentacle on his back toward where he's going. He's not even on his horse. He's not rushing there. What's that? Is that dirt? Yes. There was dirt in the sky. I think it was spider poop. Knight of Pentacles slowly going toward. So these queens are slowly making those changes within themselves when they realize what it is that they've been doing. Slowly making those changes within themselves to create what it is that they want in their relationships, right? Christine, just go get one of those rape counselors, the ones that are free in Australia. They know all of that stuff. It's not specifically that you're looking for, or any good counselor, especially around that stuff in there. I had to take you through all of that. Yeah, they don't need to specialize in that stuff. Mine was just awesome. Okay, so yeah, Knight of Pentacles. She's slowly making those changes as she's realizing what she's doing. Bonnie, is that you? Thanks, Bonnie, for your donation via PayPal. Bonnie, what does my higher self say is the reason for the body pain? Oh, it's the reason for your body pain. It's some kind of scarring. It's like wounding. It's interesting. It's because of scarring. It feels like internal scarring. Like scar tissue. Scar tissue hurts. I'm having some broken up at the moment in my groin, top of my leg. Oh, it's horrible. It's like crunchy, yuck, yuck. But the scarring, it's emotional scarring that's in your body as well. It's interesting. It's making me think of like what's it called? Is it PCOS or something like that? Which is a kind of scarring. I don't know. I don't know how it relates to the actual physical, but what's really behind it is an emotional scarring, which is translating to bodily scarring, internal scarring. So what can you do about it? Surrender. Allow the transformation. Yeah. Don't focus so much on the physical, but focus more on the emotional. So scar, when we're wounded, it's that wounded healer, energy. When we're wounded and we're sensitive, and it's all of that. It's lagging, is it? My voice is lagging. It seems right on time for me. Oh no, it's slightly lagging. I'll start the camera again. That'll help. But yeah, allow your transformation there. So, Bonnie, that's about focusing on how you emotionally feel wounded and healing that so that you feel better. It's not that suddenly the scar tissue will go away, but then maybe like me, you'll end up finding, like mine is in my muscles and stuff. So finding a practitioner that actually starts working on that to release it, or finding some information to change your diet that releases it. The physical thing that will release it within your physical body you'll be able to find it really easily once you've got rid of that emotional stuff. Let's start the camera again so that I'm not lagging. But yeah, I can see it too. It's just slightly behind, isn't it? It's not for me. It's not caught up for me. It's still like that. It was just slightly behind. It still is. How weird. It's caught up. See? Not for me. Let's get another one out. Oh, it's two. It's very interesting. Five of Voices in the Chariot. So what I'm getting from this Chariot card, see how her solar plexus is like shining out there. She wants to rush forward. The solar plexus, you see, I feel this pull, and it's an emotional pull. It's when you're the etheric cords. When I'm doing an energy healing on someone, I feel these etheric cords coming from the solar plexus to other people, emotional attachments to other people, and it can feel like a pull from that. I've had it before, a pull to somebody from the solar plexus, and it makes you want to rush forward into something that you don't really want to rush forward to. So this is about holding your horses. She's holding her horses there. She's got that pull, but she's holding her horses. And by the Five of Voices, I think she's going to end up in trouble if she keeps on, if she succumbs to that. Let's just read the Five of Voices out of this one. Yeah, once you set boundaries and stick to them, monsters disappear. Monsters don't like boundaries. They really don't. It scares them because really they aren't empowered. They aren't empowered at all. That's why they're acting like they're acting. Abusers and people, they're not empowered at all. The ones that want to take power, it's because they don't feel like they've got any power. And so when you are actually empowered, when you find that within yourself, and yes, it can take a long time to find it within yourself, but when you do, they just shrink away because they don't like it. They're scared. That's what I'm saying, like about the trolls and things like that. People come in here and then they don't do it, off they go. Like if you read on anyone else's live, you'll see how many trolls they get. But my energy is that empowered energy, and so they don't even bother. The occasional one will, but it's very rare for me because they respond to my energy. And any other way than that, any kind of workaround to try and keep them away from you, it's just a workaround, and it's not really going to work. Five of Voices, the Five of Swords. Let's read it out of this. You feel the solar plexus pull, yeah. It's an emotional pull. So the Five of Swords. Why have we got the Five of Swords out with this then? The Five of Swords indicates a state of entrapment or negativity that's been self-inflicted. It's this emotional attachment to your solar plexus that's trying to pull you forward. You don't have to respond to it. You know, it's like the guilt. It's like guilt and shame and things like that. I can have us emotionally attached to people. We feel bad about not caving into them and not giving to them. We feel that pull from them wanting our attention, our energy again. And then we feel bad and we're like, okay then, and we rush on in there again. We feel trapped into that cycle of helping people, but we shouldn't. Through conflict, disagreements, or impulsive behavior, there's been an involuntary burdening of yourself or others. We need to hold our horses. It's important to step back and take a look at the bigger picture, put everything into perspective and realize where your true priorities and truths lie. Truths lie. Are your opinions and views more important than your relationships? What a strange question. How are you affecting other people? Is your ambition coming from a place of love or fear? Yeah, how are you affecting other people? You might think you're doing the right thing by responding to that pull, responding to your guilt and helping them out again. But remember what that Queen of Cups said. Or was it the Queen of Wands? The Queen of Wands. You're not actually helping them. You're enabling them. Or another way of putting it was, what did it say? Was it out of here? It was put really well, but in a different way than I usually say it. Which book was it out of? The other one. Here she is, Queen of Wands. She seems temperamental and pessimistic. With all the tasks she's taken on, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and exhausted. On the other hand, she's very supportive, so much so that she's too supportive, sticking her nose where it doesn't belong and getting into gossip. She may seem overbearing with details and advice. Remember to notice when you're interfering in someone's life and business that you're not being helpful to them, you're in fact hindering them. It's another way of saying you're enabling them. Yeah. So let's get back to this then. Five of Swords. The Five of Swords indicates a state of entrapment or negativity that's been self-inflicted. Through conflict, disagreements, or impulsive behavior, there's been an involuntary burdening of yourself because you're responding to that. And this is a guilt thing. It's a pull of someone else, yes, but your connection with them is the guilt thing. I should help them. I should be there for them. I shouldn't drop them. I should drop my boundaries. I should back down again. I should, that's your part in it that keeps that attachment to your solar plexus. Their attachment is, I don't know, whatever it is. But you need to stop yourself from reacting to that impulse to do the same thing over again because it's self-inflicted. It's important to step back and look at the big picture. Put everything into perspective and realize where your true priorities and truths lie. How are you affecting them, really? Because we can delude ourselves, yeah. Additional meanings: defeat, loss, delusionment, gossip, mistrust, selfishness, ego. It is about ego. When we do that, we can delude ourselves that we're helping them. We're not helping them. How interesting, right? That's why we've got to go slow, hold our horses, resist this impulse to react to the guilt and shame or whatever it is that we feel, and go, just no, I'm keeping my boundaries still. So this is when you've drawn up a boundary with someone and then you back down to it again and you cave in and you go, okay, I'll help you. You let them back in, and then what happens? Maybe you forget. Maybe you have a strong boundary to someone for so long, and then they come back in later. There's that pull. Maybe months or years later, you forget. You slip back into that pattern so easily, and you're like, damn, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. This is why you're feeling drained, Christine. You did it again. Why is it not scrolling properly? What do you do when they use the children to draw you back in? It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. Well, what did I do? I just walked away. I wouldn't use the children myself as pawns in that game. They did. I didn't. I walked away. Very hard to do. But I had to do it. I had to be the example. So don't keep yourself trapped, going round and round in circles, doing the same thing over again, caving in, and it's guilt and it's fear and it's maybe abandonment issues, all kinds of reasons that would give into that pull again. Don't do it. Yikes. Okay, well, we're going deep into the boundaries today, right? Can't play with people like that, Christine. You're never going to win. Believe me, you're never going to win with people like that. You've got to walk away. And yes, it's very difficult when there's children involved. I know. I had to walk away. I had to walk away from my children because they were a part of it. He was using them as pawns. And I don't want to do that to my children. And if that takes me, if that means that I need to step out of the picture, then I need to step out of the picture. The Knight of Swords. Why have we got the Knight of Swords? He just seems out of place. Oh no, he's got his sword, right? Ah, see, yeah. So the Knight of Swords is the one that moves forward, but look at his face. He's got a sword. This is like the Queen of Swords. Like, okay, I've got my boundaries. I'm gonna speak it out. Whereas I know some kind of another piece of this puzzle of how to get out of this caving into dropping of boundaries and all that shit. He's ambitious, he's capable, he's energetic, he's self-determined, he is naive. Yeah, but he gives it a go, right? He's wielding his sword. He's like, let's try this. Here's a boundary. Wow. He's also cavalier. That's the word that keeps on coming up, especially for this card. I think it's because of his red cape. Is it red capes with the cavaliers? I don't know. Red uniforms, maybe. You have clear intentions and your eyes on the prize. It may feel as though nothing can stop you now, and the world is full of possibilities. It is, however, important that you make a clear plan for those necessary steps in order to reach your goals. Do not move too hastily or rush ahead, or else you may find you'll be regretful. It's important to take your time and find balance in all things, mind, body, and spirit. Again, this is saying don't rush in until we're real clear of how we're going to handle things, right? We've got a plan of action. That's what I did. That's what I did with my counselor. That's exactly what I did with my counselor. I had a plan of action. I didn't rush in until I was ready to handle them. People are extremely enthusiastic, assertive individuals, both intelligent and energetic. They're ready to take any necessary steps in order to manifest their desires, which can sometimes make them come off as hasty or impulsive if they're not aware of any potential challenges along the way. A minor lack of foresight, but great determination in achieving what they want, and can have a sense of impatience or impulsivity. This Knight of Swords reversed is indicative of a mind that races 100 miles a minute with an endless flow of energy. Even though they're great ideas, hopes, and inspirations, there's a need for organization and planning. Yeah, you need to have a plan of action. You need to have a plan of action. You need to know what you can do if they say this. It's like if someone's going to be physically abusive to you, you need to know what to do when they put their hand around your throat. You need to know the moves. You need to have practiced that. You need to have practiced it too. You need to know what to say. You need to know yourself. You need to know the situations that you get yourself into, your sabotages. You need to know how, you need to learn what to say in that situation. Learn from someone that has the boundaries. Learn from them and practice it. This is about having a plan of action so that you can wield that sword. That sword is a boundary. It's you standing up for yourself. It's your words. Swords are always words, right? It's about truth and it's about words. It's about thoughts as well. But knowing what to say, knowing what to do, practicing it. It's the hardest thing when the kids are being used. And I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't enter into that, which meant that I had to back down and not fight. But I just wouldn't do it. Quite frankly, I thought it was disgusting that he would do it. And that's when I knew that what I'd been saying for all of those years, that I was, even though that the relationship didn't work, I was glad that I had children with him. I'm not anymore. And I wasn't at that point. I'm like, no, I'm not glad I had children with him, with someone that would use the children like that and jeopardize their well-being. He's stupid. I mean, emotionally stupid. So he doesn't know. We didn't know what he was doing. I get that, but still, that's no excuse. No, I didn't have my children with the right person. But I do recognize that there were some benefits to him. Of course, it's not all bad. Mary Ellen, thank you for your donation. Guidance for how to handle my youngest daughter. I feel so disconnected from her. Interesting cards that have come out. Gentle okayness about jealousy. So It's tricky, isn't it? Because we want the best for our kids, don't we? We want them to have it better. But then it can actually trigger us too when they have it better, because it's, especially daughters, mothers and daughters, because they have it better and they're like, you're like, damn, I wish I'd have had it so easy. But it's okay, because what we're doing is we are learning from our experiences and then making it better for our daughters. Yeah, hopefully. Learning from our experience and then making it better for our daughters. But be okay about that feeling, because it's there. This is about shadow work. And we don't want to recognize that, right? We're like, oh no, I want to be a good mother. I'm not jealous of my daughter. No, I just want the best for her. And we push that down. We push that feeling of jealousy down. But it's natural for it to be there. If someone has what you never had the chance to have, yeah. Why does jealousy comes up? It comes up when someone has something that we want and we believe that we can't have it. Well, if it's a child, your child that's having that experience, you didn't have that in your childhood. Yes, you're giving it to them, but there will be jealousy there because you didn't have that, and that's why. That's why you've made it for her. But it's okay for that feeling to be there, because you can't turn back the clock and do it for yourself. Mm. So this is about shadow work, which is always about, never pushing those feelings down or trying to pretend that we don't have them. Everyone's jealous. And, I've had two boyfriends in my life that both said that exactly the same phrase. They said, I don't have a jealous bone in my body. They ended up being the most jealous guys, with ridiculous accusations that weren't even true about me. But they both said the same thing. And that just shows what shadow work is about. Because when we repress something or deny something, we've all got everything inside of us. We've all got those negative emotions, and they're there for a reason. Don't let money be a boundary. If I had money, I could do anything. Why? Why would money make a difference? Money doesn't make a difference. Empowerment's got nothing to do with money. So let's get some more up. So be okay about the jealousy. It's natural. She's got it better than you. Quite rightly. You're doing a good job if that's, yeah. So then appreciate yourself for what it is that you've done for her. And yeah, respect. Respect yourself, respect what you've been through. Have compassion for yourself. It's like your childhood sucked compared to hers. And I'm not saying it was really bad. I don't know that. But as a parent, that's what we do. We don't get it right, but we try and improve on what we've experienced ourselves, don't we? Some of us do anyway. Thanks, Maria. High self-guidance for you, Maria. Ah, interesting. And so it's all about vulnerability, Maria, for you. And up until now, so the vulnerability of the past. So we can feel vulnerable when we have no boundaries, right? We do. We feel vulnerable when we have no boundaries. That's totally different than the vulnerability that we feel when we're being open to good people. The kind of vulnerability where we are pushing ourselves out of our zone of comfort toward what it is we want. Two totally different experiences. So when somebody without boundaries is told, oh, what you want is where vulnerability is. Worst advice ever. It's the worst advice ever to give them. There's always two sides to everything. So, Maria, in the past, your vulnerability has been a fearful thing, quite rightly. But what about next? So you might want to shy away from that vulnerability, the vulnerability of getting out of your comfort zone, I mean. because vulnerability in the past, maybe you're pushed out of your comfort zone when you weren't empowered. Bad idea. So accept the unexpected and understanding. So you can have more lessons about this, about good vulnerability and bad vulnerability, and how to manage it and how to recognize when you're putting yourself in danger or when you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone that's going to lead to good things. Accept the unexpected. Right, yeah, understanding yourself more. Got some lessons about vulnerability coming up and empowerment. Oh, a big theme on empowerment today. Don't run away and hide, Christine. Empower yourself and stuff. Get a counsellor, Christine, to tell you what to do. Literally, get a counsellor. You don't need any money for them. They're free as well. I know so because it was free to me in Australia. And it was honestly the best thing I ever did. I would give you the name and number of the lady that helped me, but I know she's not doing it anymore because I tried to get in touch with her to thank her, and I couldn't get a number. Quite rightly they are protected, because you could imagine how many people would go to them. I just wanted to thank her, but I guess a lot of people would want more and more help, and they've got the boundaries, right? They know what they're talking about because they're doing it for themselves. Can't find her to get in touch to thank her for it because she's got boundaries, quite rightly. I get it. Shadow work. That's what I was just saying. Shadow work, the shadow. It says dependence and materialism, but this is not about that. It's about it's about not shying away from those negative feelings that we have, accepting them, recognizing them, about them, but slowly having a plan of action, learning something before we do, another way of doing it. Don't just storm on in there and do the same thing. Don't just storm on in there and do the same thing as you've done before. You might as well just bang your head against the wall. Stay at home and bang your head against the wall instead. Wow. It's time for empowerment. No pentacles today. For good reason. So this observer card, we need to observe ourselves and our feelings and know when we're actually ready to make that move, to get back in the fray again. We've got to really observe ourselves. Not when it pulls, not when they pull at us or try and get us back in the fray again. Because they're going to do that in our weak moments because they're responding to our energy. We have to decide when we're strong and ready, when we've got a plan, when we know what to do, and when we know what we're going to say, when we know what our boundaries are and how we're going to uphold them. How interesting. Let's read this out again. To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, feelings, and believe we're worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. When we separate from our when we separate our energy from others, right? So this is about that I was talking about, that pull. We've got to understand the pull and our part in it, the pull to our solar plexus chakra, whether you feel it there or not, that's where you're attached to them. And you need to understand your part in that. It's not just them. It's not just energy vampires. Energy vampires can't attach to anybody, just anybody. They attach to those that willingly give their power away. So it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. This attachment, it has two sides to it. It's a reciprocal arrangement. You do have a part in it. You're not a victim to it. Yeah, they have their part in it too, but you have your part in it. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want, and then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you're an empath, you've got taken on their stuff. It's safe to trust that here to fix anyone. Not here to fix anyone. Today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I'm worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. What would you rather have, Christine? Would you rather have your grandchildren experience the same thing as you're experiencing in life now? Or would you rather have them learn about boundaries and have a healthy life? Do you want to perpetuate the same thing in your family? Do you want to keep it going for generation after generation after generation? Or do you want to be the change in it? And yes, it's hard. And yes, you're a very strong person. That's why you've been selected to do it. Same with me. And it's hard, and a lot of people won't understand it, but I had to walk away from them. I had to walk away from my own children to be able to do it, because I knew, because of my guidance, and I'm strong in that, I had to be the example. I couldn't stay on in there and keep on taking the impact of that. I couldn't. I had to walk away from the future. One of them came back to me. When he was 18, he came back to me. He got in touch and said and apologized. I'm expecting the other two at some point in their lives to do that as well. When they realize it might, who knows how long it will take them. But I know that they won't ever get out of it. Someone's got to make that first move and get out of it. Can't stay around abusive people and ever change it, not ever change it. And yes, it's a shame. It's fucked up, in fact, that we had children in those situations. It's fucked up, but we did. And we've got to shoulder that. Our part in it now, we've got to shoulder that. And now we've got to do the right thing. Don't perpetuate it. Don't perpetuate it. Yeah, and it'll be the hardest decision you've ever made, because it was for me. It's the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. But I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to be the example. Because there's no way out of it. There really is no way out of it. You can't stay in there. It's impossible. I tried. For many, many years I tried to fix it. It's unfixable. Because it's not your stuff. But you have your part in it. Like this has been saying. That connection, you have to cut it off. You have to cut it off and not be there anymore. Because you're showing up in a bigger way. Being the example, or being the cure, in a way. Being the cure for it. Fixing it in you. Which means boundaries. And yeah, it's fucked up. It is fucked up that there's children and grandchildren involved. It's totally fucked up. Same with me. Got 3 grandchildren involved in this too. No. Damn, if I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't have had the children in that situation. I would have waited until now to have children. But we don't do that, and we learn because of that. Alyssa, you had to look at your situation as if it's someone else looking in. What would you tell them? Yeah, get the fuck out of there. I know. Yeah, you do. There's no fixing them. Especially, like, we learn to be empaths because of these situations, right? Because we've got messed up people around us, whether they're full on abusive or narcissists or whatever, or whether they're just emotionally messed up and not very emotionally mature and intelligent. It all hurts. And so because of the strength of our spirit, instead of following the course that they're following, we take an impact, and we learn to be empaths. We learn to not to focus on their emotions, to manage them in a way, to protect ourselves. That's what we do. That's why we learn that empathy thing, right? It's a protection mechanism. But then once we are adults, we can get the hell out of there. And we don't. No, we stay on in there being the kid, hoping to fix it, thinking our empathy is some kind of fantastic superpower that allows us to heal these situations, but we can't. book that helped you was How to Deal by Patricia Evans. How to Deal with a Verbally Abusive Relationship by Patricia Evans. Sounds good. Get all the help you can get, Christine. Believe me. Get all the help you can get. And I tell you, I think I've shared this before, my counselor, one of the most important things that she did a lot of important things with me. One of the most important things she did was to listen to my stories about what was going on and say to me, that's so messed up. It's a miracle you're still alive. It's a miracle you survived this. Thank God you got out of there. I know you were right. You couldn't fix that situation. You had to get out of there. She just told me what I was feeling in myself, but I was feeling guilty about. I was feeling this pull. I was still attached here. I was feeling that pull all the time. Now people say to me, "Oh, you must think about your kids all the time." I'm like, I don't. I've detached. I've detached now. I had to. Absolutely would let them back in if they came in with a different energy. Absolutely, of course I would. I'm the mom, but yeah, get some help, Christine. More help. Oh yeah, Lisa, I forgot. How to Deal with Verbally Abusive Relationships by Patricia Evans. You see, there's more and more people now like me, like her, Patricia Evans. I don't know her stuff, but I'll take your word for it. Sharing our stories now and what we've learned and how we did it. And there's so many more of us now doing that. She acknowledged me. Christine, there's a lot of excellent sources. Yeah. Had to ask mine was a right to leave. And she said, yeah. Yeah, he's an evil man, same. Yeah. And yeah, she had me tell her all about my mum's behaviour, and I'd never really seen it as abuse. Even though it's like, I'm like, wow, how deluded was I not to see it as abuse, but we do. Looking back now, crazy, huh? It is. Even more so than me, Christine, with your story, absolutely. But you're still here because you're very strong. You have no idea how strong you are. I told you, when you get this and when you empower yourself, watch out, world. You're going to be huge. We take on massive burdens like that for a reason, and we go into it willingly as spirits who know that we can take it. If you think about it, the weaker spirits, those weaker people, they just perpetuate the abuse. They're not even aware of it. Spirits aren't even strong enough to be aware of it. We're the brave ones that come in going, okay, let's do this. I got this. And I know that I'm going to be like battle scarred for years, and it's going to take me into my old age to get it. Right? Yeah, they keep on coming back. I told you, Christine, I moved to the other side of the planet, and it didn't go away until I cut them off. I looked, what was it? I had to block someone the other day, or one of the creeps. I had to block the other day on Facebook, and it brought up my blocked people list, and they were all my family members, one after another. It amused me. I'm like, yep, that's my biological family, all clustered together there in my blocked Facebook people. Running away isn't the answer, but it's nice to have space to center yourself and understand yourself and all of that. But you actually need to do the empowerment stuff. Yeah, we seek validation. Yikes! For me, it was like part of me wanted an apology from them. Part of me wanted to fix it. Part of me wanted an apology from them. I wanted to change it, right? I wanted to get love from them. People that can't even love themselves. Not going to happen. Hey, Jenny. I need more coffee and I need a pee. I'm going to come back once I've done that. Be right back. If you want mini reads, everyone, check that and comment out. If you can put those in while I'm peeing and making coffee. I'll be right back. Soon I'll have coffee. Back on the mic. Abusing relationships suck the life out of you. Yeah, even after that. And absolutely, with kids involved, oh, it's just the pits, right? The more I kept on fighting back, the more shit I got. Absolutely. You got to stop. But there was one point where I wanted all that shit to come out. There was one time that my family started at me on Facebook, and I wanted it all to come out. They started hurling all kinds of nonsense at me that wasn't true, and I wanted it all to come out. I knew I was about to block them any moment, but I was just baiting them. I was like, oh, carry on, carry on. And I had that fight in there because they were all just pouring out their nonsense um, of the beliefs that they had. I wanted it all there. I wanted all that evidence for myself there of how messed up it all was. And then I was like, block, 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 block. Um, yeah. The more you fight, yeah, the worse it gets. You can't play them at their own game. You'll never win. That's it. You stay quiet. You stop engaging. Absolutely. And then you empower yourself with your energy. Like I said, once I'd learned what I was going to say, how I was going to have those boundaries, how I was going to defend myself, how I was going to take control of it. I didn't even need to use it. I never needed to use it. I've had to use it since with other people. That wasn't last, but I never had to use it with them. They shrunk. They were just terrified of me. They were like, oh shit, Claire's strong now. Can't keep on doing that. Thanks, Chris, for your donation. Chris. Dean, this may be out of line to say, but I think you need to focus on you. Yeah, you do. Yeah, so hard with the grandkids. But yeah, you're right, Chris. I know, and yeah, we do. We have to do that self-love first. You have to hide away kind of first. Good job, Jill. Got a good relationship now. Yeah. Not any good for anyone if we're drowning, right? Put your oxygen mask on yourself first. Sort your life out first. Because if you think about your grandkids' situation, when I'm talking about this, are you really helping them? Are you being there for them? Are you really helping them? In the long term, see the bigger picture. That's what all of this said. See the bigger picture. Higher self-guidance for you, Chris. Oof. What am I doing? Getting my cards. Higher self-guidance for you, Chris. Okay. Willingness, going well. Oh, nice. Be willing for things to go well. Instead of waiting for the other shoe to drop or thinking stuff isn't going well. Be willing. What if this was true for you now, Chris? What if everything's just going to work out? Because that's what grace is. It's being in this state of alignment where everything just works out. And it's like bizarre when something doesn't. We get a bit of a shock when something doesn't work out. Like, what was it that happened? Oh yeah, when my cooker broke. Shit doesn't happen like that to me. What's going on? Everything falls into place with me. I'm in a state of grace. It really shocks me when something like that happens. Even physical stuff. Breaking and stuff. It doesn't happen to me. Allow that. Allow yourself to be in that state. Be willing for things to be well, to be in a state of grace. Nice. It is. It's the best thing to do for your kids. They'll get it. And if you think about it from a soul level as well, Christine, if you think you're a strong soul, right, and you chose that situation to come into, to be incarnated to those kind of circumstances, which is extremely challenging. Holy shit. More so than mine, for sure. They have too. Your kids have, and your grandkids have too. They are strong souls as well that came into that situation and chose it. So honor them for that. That's one thing that really helped me to break away from my kids, was realizing that my guides told me that they've chosen the same thing as you. Let them walk that path too. Let them walk that path too. It's going to make them really strong as a result, like as it has you. And it's like, oh yeah. I didn't have anyone trying to give me a helping hand out of it. But I've talked, like once my grandma passed, I talked to her about it, and she was saying like it's an ongoing family thing of women having to be very strong because of the abuse in the family. She came to visit me when she died, and then my dad sent me a message the next day saying, your grandma died. I said, I know, she came to visit me in the night. She wanted a big chat with me. What if it's for the best? You literally made a sign for your office. Cool. Oh, that's cool. But that's even more than that. Not just what if there's challenges for the best. This is be willing for it to be willing for you to be in a state of grace where the the random out of this situation that doesn't go right is a shock. Lisa, your daughter is the only person on the planet that can shut him down. Only today goes to Lucy, remember. She's blocked him. Good. Yeah. You've got to be an inspiration. And like I've kept on saying, especially the last week, what I've kept on saying, sometimes you're going to be an inspiration to people going, oh, wow, yay, look at her go. I'm going to do the same. We love that kind of being that kind of inspiration. But you know what? How we're also inspirational is the jealous ones, the people that take it badly, the people that get triggered by us, the people that we have to leave behind and all of that. That is inspiration too. And how many times have we been told that last week or last 2 weeks through my guides? Been told that over and over again, right? We have to be okay with being a negative inspiration to people. We have to be okay because it's powerful. It's really powerful. Really powerful. And you've got people here around you, Christine, that have done it already. And there's not many people, hey, there's not many people that would do it. There's not many people brave enough to do it, especially brave enough to speak out about it too. Because like the majority would go, oh, how could you do that? Oh, I could never do that. How could you do that? No, I could never do that. Most people will say that. Most people say, oh, you must think about them all the time. No, I don't. I did the job properly. I cut it off. I cut it off. Not harden myself to the feelings of it. I went through all of the feelings of it. And yes, it's the hardest thing you will ever do. Especially with children. Because that connection is always going to be there, right? But we don't have it connected with us in a negative way. The guilt and the shame about this situation are huge, and you need to feel those and not push them down when you do this. They're huge. It's the worst guilt you'll ever feel. It's the worst shame you'll ever feel as well. But we need to feel it. We need to feel it. And the only way that we can heal that, I don't have it in with me anymore. I don't have the guilt or shame about it. That's why I'm talking about it now. And I'm not talking about it crying like I would have done 10 years ago. I don't feel that negative stuff. I don't feel guilty about it. I know I did the right thing. How do I know I did the right thing? Because I feel so great about it now, and I trust my children too. I trust them. They've got a part of me in them after all. Of course I can trust them. There's a reason they chose me as a mum. As much as they told me, right? Can't you just be normal? Nope, I've got to be me. That's it. The minute you choose yourself, the happiness and the abundance flows for sure. And that's when you know you're aligned, right? It's like, how can it be wrong? Because I'm in such alignment now. It wasn't wrong. It was the right thing to do. Same as you're being here too. You've had practice, Christine. There you go. It's the worst. And then we've got to do the shadow work, and we've really got to feel it, which is just terrible. Honestly, I've never felt anything as bad. I don't think you ever will as a mother and a grandma. I don't think you'll ever feel anything as bad as that. Chris, back to you. Willingness for things to be going really, really, really well in the state of grace, and you're safe. So be at peace with that. It's like, what if it all just works out now? Sure, there's going to be some challenges, but what if those are so tiny, tiny, those challenges, and it just happens so occasionally, and then you're like, what the hell? The cooker broke. That doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen to me. They're like a pop balloon, Christine. We talk about our bodies reflecting how we're feeling inside, right? Deflated. Oof, shivers. Let's get some more cards out. What an interesting show this is. Wow, the boundaries thing. So, taking it back to the energy update for today. A reunion. Someone coming back around again. Maybe not a reunion of a romance. Maybe someone from the family getting in touch again. Or an abuser getting in touch again. Hey, Mr. Bowers. Cain. Pay attention to your health. Yes, it's a reflection, isn't it? Like I was saying about that scar tissue, our health is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. Like the pop balloon Christine. Losing weight and lung collapsing. It's just kind of totally deflated. All the power, all the wind knocked out of you, right? That came up in someone's reading yesterday, private reading yesterday. The wind being knocked out of the sails. Thanks, Christine. Let's find out with these. North. I'll ask them one by one because if we get two yeses, then it'll be like, well, hopefully it's not north and south, the two yeses, but let's go for north first. Don't go east. That'll be in the water. Just in case anyone was wondering why she's not southeast. North? Yes. North. West? Yes. Northwest? Yeah. Well, that's literally anywhere north, isn't it? It's north, anyway. Alaska. Don't go that far. Stay in Australia. Maybe. I don't know. Go wherever you want to go. God, no, yeah. North is warmer. Let's get some information about that, Christine, for you. Sure, your higher self has got something to say now. So you're going northwest, which is north, really. Feel it and take the risk. You're going to feel the urge to move. You're going to feel the urge to move and then take that risk. When you feel it, take that risk. Oh, you're innocent. You see, the world wants to give you the world. The universe wants to give you the world. You're innocent in all of this. Innocent in all of it. You deserve so much better. And yes, and so do they too, your grandkids and kids and everything. So do they too. But you can't do it for them. Even though the family, you can't do it for them. So you need to find that. You need to let yourself be loved. Let yourself get what you want out of life first. Then you'll be in a position to help them. Probably not directly. Then you'll be in a position to help a lot of people. But you need to allow that fulfillment in first. So maybe you're going to, when you feel it and you take that risk and you move, you'll end up in a place where there will be some loving and nurturing around you. Yeah, if you've made that decision, I deserve this now. my fulfillment. You're innocent. Yes, you chose this before you came here, but from a muggle, from a human perspective, you're innocent, and the universe does want to shower you with everything that you want. My first boyfriend got back in touch after 30 years, Leslie. Holy shit. Say what? Hey, how are you? What? Oh, it changed a lot. Wow, really? I got in touch with my first boyfriend. When we were last in touch, it was quite a while ago now, but still a long time after we were together. We were together from when I was 15 to when I was 20. He's the father of my first child when I was 21. Don't think about the money and stuff, Christine. Just when you feel it, there'll be somewhere lined up for you by the universe. You don't have to think of it from muggle perspectives like that, really. This is the universe saying, it's got you, it's got you. When you feel it, go for it, take the risk. And when you're doing it for that, with a solid thing in your mind, right, I'm breaking free of this now, I'm going to learn to empower myself, then you'll end up in a place where there's people that can help you, will be supportive to you and all of that, right? You're not going to end up with the same kind of stuff around you. If you're running and you're like, oh, I just need to find a place, a rental that I can afford, you're going to end up in exactly the same situation. So don't run like that. Be very clear about what it is that you want, and what you're doing, and then when you have that feeling to move, go north, head north. You don't want to recreate the same life over again, right? You're welcome. Always, Christine. So pay attention to your health, because your health is going to be reflecting what's going on inside of you. It always does. It's interesting now that this scar tissue has come out to be healed in the scars. Apple. Temptation will test you. Temptation to go back to the past. This is tempting, isn't it? The energy vampiriness, the pull of them, it's very tempting. Because we want to cave in. We want to feel better. We don't want to feel our guilt and our shame and all of that. We want to go, okay, I'll help you. I'll do it again. The temptation will test you. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Stay strong. Bridge. A bridge. Oh, a bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. Yes. I did it. And even now those relationships aren't fixed, I still feel like a success. I'm creating new connections that are so good. Yeah, stop it with the songs, Tim. Bird flying news is on its way. News about what? Obstacles to overcome. The next obstacle. We're on our way though, that bridge. On our way to something. That's good. Persevere. You're on your way. And Christine, you've literally got to be on your way. You could not have got me into your experience without that. You could not have. Thanks, Lisa, for your donation via PayPal. Helped a stranger on crutches. Yeah. What's happening? I'm excited to get my coffee maker. I really am. Because you know what I can do is I can have my stuff here, because it's an insulated jug of coffee that I'll be making. So I'll be able to have it right here. It doesn't have to sit in the kitchen. Is that your question, Lisa? Is that all of it? What's happening? What's happening? Suffering with what? Let's get some more cards out while I'm waiting for an answer to that. I don't want those today. I do need to sort those cards out. There's so many of them upside down. I like order. I like doing things in the same way. And Taurus. Is the right way around. The mic thing. You tend to make a whole pot and then drink it. I'm a bit scared of that, so I'm thinking I'm gonna set it to 3 cups and try and limit myself to that. Otherwise, I'll be like bouncing off the ceiling. Yeah, coffee really affects me. But I want good coffee. Yeah, I think 3 is going to be my limit. I can make 12, imagine. Happy. There used to be one of my friends, Rosa. I worked in a cafe in Byron Bay, helping my friend out. That was the manager there. It was so much fun. But there was one of my friends, Rosa. She used to come in there, and if she was a musician, she's many things, in fact. But she would be, I don't know, really focused on something. She'd sit in the cafe, and she'd have the piccolos, strong as fuck. She would have those one after another, one after another. And I'd be like, how the hell? You know, when you're focused on something and you just, drinking stuff, not even thinking about it, like watching TV and eating a bag of chips. It's like that. You don't even notice that you've done it. She would be like that. And I'd be like, oh, holy shit. How do you drink like 6 piccolos? She's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, yes, you did. You did. I brought them to you. Knocked all the zinc out of your system. Oh, is that what it does? How did you help him or her? Correct person. Did you pick them up? I used to pick my ex-boyfriend up. He had one leg. So if he didn't have his prosthetic leg on, at home he would have his crutches. But sometimes he'd forget to take his crutches away. And I said we'd like taking responsibility for him, which is what I did. And so I used to pick him up. It was light, really, really light. He was about, I don't know, 50, maybe less. Surprising how much a leg weighs. So he's pretty skinny anyway, tall and skinny. So yeah, I used to pick him up and carry him around. Skin wasn't feeling it. My skin is great. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to buy some of the stuff that I'm using for my massage girl, because she's like, how long have you been using that stuff on your skin, Claire? I'm like, I think it's been about 3 or 4 weeks now. She's like, your skin is so good. I want to have skin like you. She said it's so good. Like, it is. I've noticed myself. I can even see it in like the videos that my skin is better quality now using that stuff. It feels better. It feels so smooth and nice. Man, it's my stomach on my skin, like the popped balloon effect from having babies. That's much better as well using this. So I have to buy her some, because she's like, oh, I'm jealous. She's like, you must have so much collagen and everything. Your skin is really good. She's what, 33, thereabouts. And she said she was hoping to have skin like mine at 40. I said, I'm 50 next month. She said, no. But she knew how old I was, but apparently not. But I'm going to buy her some. The shower oil I'm talking about, the L'Occitane shower oil, it's amazing. And the milk concentrate. Those 2 of my favourite. I do have the skin oil, supple skin oil now. That's nice. That's nice when I'm having a pool day, because that stays on my skin in and out of the pool. It's making a big difference to my skin. Yeah, side note. Happy, happy is the card that we got out here. I love this card. We're headed to so much happiness. Whew, we deserve it from this. What a difference, right? From this, left out, feeling like the freak. Remember this one? Always a little different from other kids. Felt lonely and isolated, alienated. I used to feel that. Going to feel this. We'll feel this now. I feel that now. Yay, at last. Oh, child card is peeking out at me there. And you know, that family experience that I had with my man. Oh my God, and the kids. It was just the best. It was the best. That's what I want. I want to have that experience now. So different from the experience I had in my childhood. So different than the experience I had with my kids. So very different. And I know that I deserve that. That's what makes me think I'm having another baby, even though I'm an old lady. I want to have that experience. I want to have a completely different experience now. It doesn't have to be with my own. But it could be. I'm certainly fit and healthy enough to have another one. There's always enough. Always more. Always better. Always... Well, everything that we wish for is available to us, you know, in life. It's really good for my skin as well, sweating a lot, like working out in the heat. It's hard when you first do it, but you get used to it. You sweat a lot and it's amazing for your skin. Sunshine too. Don't believe in trying to push the sunscreens. It's good for your skin, not too much. Got butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Look at the bigger picture as well, especially of your life, you know, for us oldies. It might have taken us a long time, but still, it's worth it. Transformation is beautiful. I see like my turning 50 as my halfway point because I'm sure I'm going to reach 100. Like, what am I going to be like when I'm 60? Well, not much different, maybe a little bit more muscly. What about 70? What about 80? I can't imagine that it's going to change that much. Transformation is beautiful. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. It's going to be quite the story. It's going to be quite the story. Your lives, you know. I want a message of love, and this not from somebody, from the universe for us. Let's get one of these out. So a message of love for us from the universe. Because the universe does want the best for us, and it wants our stories to be amazing as well. And we've come here for a very important reason, especially to be around at these times that we're going through right now. There's a lot of change happening, and we've got our part in that. But let's get a message of love from the universe for us all. Forgiveness. How interesting. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. We've got to set ourselves free and move forward, move on from that. See that spiral staircase up there? We've got to move on from it now, move on from the past. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. We have to move on from it and trust our path. We're not wrong for it. We're not wrong for that path. Because that's the shadow work, right? We've got that shadow card peeking out at us there. That's the shadow work. We've got to not make ourselves wrong for it. We're right for it. Sure, the majority of the world isn't doing that, but we're still right for it. Let's get another one. Forever young. LIB. Very interesting message here come out. Treasure your loved ones. Now, in light of everything that we've just been saying, it's important to love others deeply. Look at that. Is that grandma with a grandchild there? In light of what we've just been saying, that could trigger you into thinking, oh, we'll just put up with it. I'll just stay there. I'm doing the right thing if I stay there. But look what it says. It's important to love others deeply and do the actual best for them. The actual best for them. Not the easy thing. It's not the easy thing to love others deeply and give them what they need. It's the easy thing to give them what they want, what their ego wants. Even children, give them what their ego wants. That's the easy thing. So treasure your loved ones, really treasure them. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. Oh, we've got two other cards out here. Look to your inner strength. Yes, that's what you've got to tap into. Look to your inner strength for all of these boundaries. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. Absolutely. Look, it's the 11 card again. I had the 11 card out with that butterfly as well. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. That's why you chose the hard path. Rush. Yeah. And appreciate this moment. It's a changing moment right now on the precipice. How many times did we get that card? Not, what's it called? The threshold. On the threshold of big change now. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. And remember, we're here to create a new way. It's 33. We're here to create a new way. Appreciate this moment, this changing moment. We're doing things differently now, and we're here to do things differently. Not just carry on with the way things have been. We're here to do the hard things now. Make those hard decisions, do it differently, be unique. Let our freak flag fly and do the thing that other people haven't been doing that they should have been doing. It's never been a better time to do that or a more important time to do that in everything in the world. Everyone should be doing that now. Not everyone will, but in everything. Doing the right thing, the hard thing, not the easy thing, the right thing, the hard thing to do. Let's get some of these out and see if the threshold comes out. Oh look, the one's on the bottom. What did Rush sing? Can't remember. The orphan. Well, we chose it for a reason. We were always going to orphan ourselves, you know. We were always going to cut ourselves off. We were. What else have we got here? The seed. The seed was planted from the moment we were born. It's what we were meant to do. We were the seed. You don't plant an oak, an acorn, and expect to get anything else but an oak tree from it. We have had the perfect conditions, and we are the actual seed is our soul that's been planted for our magnificent lives, which include the orphan step, the detachment step, the empowerment step, all of it. You can't change who you are. If you planted an acorn, you can lament it all you like and say, oh no, but I just want to be like the birch trees. But you're not. You're an oak tree and you've got to be an oak tree. So removing that mask and actually being yourself, making those hard decisions, do what you came here to do, which is different than what everyone else, or what the majority are here to do. The majority are just going to keep their mask on. Isn't it interesting? The mask there is with the rainbows and stuff. It's pretend rainbows. What's behind the mask is the darkness. We've got to face that. Be the queen. Yes, we had all the queens out, apart from the Queen of Pentacles. Queen. Okay, queens and kings. Let's leave it at that. Thanks for coming along. Let's do it all over again tomorrow. Yay! Have fun empowering yourselves. Let's do mountain hop. Okay, have fun empowering yourselves, everybody. Let's do this homework together about our boundaries. Wow. I'll put that on social media. Have a good day, night, everybody.